It's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
Entertainment Group presents the Madness Comic Network with original programming and additional comic-related content.
Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. The mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
wish I could find a way to better advertise Apothic Press.
Just back it already.
Whoa, Crom, what are you doing here? What's this? The Madness Roku Network. Sponsorship. 1 month of playing your 30-second ad on the network 3 times a day? Oh my gosh, for $20? And you can't beat that.
Just back it already.
All right, Crom, I'm doing it. Awesome. Hi, I'm Tanner Hurley, founder of Apothic Press. I back the Madness Roku Network, and so should you.
The Madness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Madness Open Drawstream, featuring The Richness and a variety of special guests.
So just sit right down, relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it. Give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
Kick the chops out from under the wheels. Flaps up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Wow. The doctor is in, baby. Ha!
The coffee's hot. The smokes are plentiful. We've got art talent here flowing out our ears, out of our hairy ears, is what I'm saying to you. Let's bring some people out here. By the way, I'm the guest host today. Rich Perotta is having technical difficulties, so we wish him a speedy comeback. Rich, we need you. Let's welcome James Lee. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello, hello.
The Stein's currently on Fund My Comic.
Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
And the Zaff is here. Christian, what's up, buddy?
What's going on?
How are you?
Busy.
Good. We like busy. Busy means lucrative.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And of course, it would not be the madness without Q. Welcome, Q.
What's up, Doc?
What's
up, Doc?
What's cooking?
What's up, Doc? How's everybody doing? Good?
Doing good. At my age, it takes you about, a good couple of hours just to shake off the morning I'm old sickness. Oh, did you finish the Sistine Chapel queue and we're moving on now?
Yes, indeed. Just a couple of days ago. Hold on a second.
All right.
Turn the page. And that's the couple of months ago. Oops, wrong one. And there you go.
There
Voila.
it is. There it is. Finally finished.
Very
Lovely
nice.
work, sir. Lovely work, sir.
Thank you. Featuring Doc.
That's what makes it good.
The funny part is, in the beginning, I used it as some kind of a fictional attorney advertisement. I thought, you know what? Let me add some instead. Some fictional version of some sort of a Matlock. So I thought, Doc Law on Crom TV. Doc's in.
Oh, you're not right in the head, Q. But I appreciate you.
Oh, come on, man. Matlock was pretty good, but I have to go with Perry Mason myself.
The reason I could never get into Matlock is I don't think any actor anywhere has ever been more strongly identified with one of their characters than Andy Griffith being identified with Andy Taylor. So he was always going to be Andy Taylor to me.
I agree. But like I said, I had to go with Perry Mason. I mean, I used to watch him all,
James, what's working on, bro?
all the time.
Can you show us what you're working on?
So me, there you go.
Yeah, you, James.
Okay, I got my hands away. This is actually a fight between the leader of the werewolves and my main vampire. And on this part right here, it's coming up closer to this big finale, which is going to be 2 pages over. So this is an up close. I'll tell you what. Do you remember the Earl Flynn, Olivia de Havilland, Robin Hood?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Do you remember the fight between Errol Flynn and Basil Rathbone in the castle at the end of the movie? Basically, I took a lot of inspiration from that fight.
Okay.
That is probably one of the greatest sword fights ever filmed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that one, they're fighting Captain Blood, and of course you have, Tyrone Powers and Zorro, again with Basil Rathbone. Basil Rathbone, when it comes to sword fighting, nobody can do sword fighting like him.
He was beautifully parodied in The Rocketeer by Timothy Dalton. Beautiful parody.
Yes. Oh, yes. But no, it wasn't. He wasn't doing Basil Rathbone. He was doing Earl Flynn.
Well, kind of, sort of. His name was name was Basil somebody or another.
Yeah, but yes, that movie was fantastic. I loved it.
Oh yeah, it was underrated movie, man. Underrated.
Yes, I actually went to the theater and saw that movie.
I bought a copy as soon as it was available on.
I have VHS. Yep, I have it on VHS too.
Bought it again on DVD. Bought it again on Blu-ray. Oh man, Zaph, what are you working on, brother?
Mid-size layouts for the thumbnails I did for the next book I'm putting out, Addicts #1.
All right. Okay. All right.
Now I'll tell you somebody else who could sword fight: Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, those sword fights he did in the Three Musketeers and the Four Musketeer movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those dude, he didn't. He was.
Now you talk about an underrated sword fight. Go and put it into slow motion and watch the final sword fight between Jackie Chan and the guy who played Littlefinger in Shanghai Nights.
Yeah.
That is without a doubt one of the best sword fights ever. And it never gets mentioned in those shows that rank the top sword fights. They always rank The Princess Bride first, which is fine because there is.
I don't think it's that good.
The Princess Bride one has some really subtle stuff in there, like you'll see him float his sword from hand to hand.
Yeah, but I'm saying compared to when you go back and look at like Barrymore, and you go back and look at a whole bunch of those guys. You go back in that time period, and the Princess Bride does not stand up. I mean, especially I'll give you one that just tears the Princess Bride away. Is that beach fight between Earl Flynn and Basil Rathbone in Captain Blood? That thing destroys. That's what fight. Obliterates anything from Princess Bride.
You gotta get a copy that's been remastered for speed because of how choppy it is in the old speed format. They take it and they put it into the normal frames per second that it should be, and it becomes even more beautiful. It's great to see.
And I'll tell you another one is the Don Juan with Earl Flynn. The fight on the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Very few people bring that one up. But that one is just, oh my God.
Yeah. Pop says Iron Fist needs a Crom tattoo, Q.
That's what we'll do.
But yeah, it's really something when, and there's one other one that I want to bring up. It is the silent 1920s with Douglas Fairbanks, Three Musketeers.
I've seen it, but I'm not able to recall it.
If you have never seen it, there is some sword fights in that you're just sitting there going like, how did they not kill each other? Because, I mean, dude.
Well, let's do this while we're going around here. Let's, James, you want to tell people what you've got going on over on Fund My Comic?
Sure. I sent you the link if you want to pull it up.
If Pops pulls it up, he's quarterbacking the show. Well, he's producing. I'm quarterbacking.
What I'm doing. Now, I am a artist and a writer, and back in 2018, I when my mother died, I started working on a book about vampires, werewolves, and living undead. And so out of all that came The Steins. And it's a 3-part trilogy novel set. And it tells the story of a young girl named Mary Jade von Stein, whose parents are murdered, and she is forced, because of her age, to go live with her distant relatives in Europe. Mm-hmm. The thing is when she gets over there, she discovers that they're all vampires, werewolves, living undead. Mm-hmm. So while she's trying to survive that debacle, the ones that killed her parents try to come and kill her. Mm. And as you go on in the story, you find out there is another vampire whose name is Carmilla, which is the title of the second book. She wants everybody dead. She is out to kill everyone. And so that is the novel set. And book 3 actually got me to number 13 on the New York Times bestseller list in horror. Nice. So I did really good on that. And so this graphic novel that we're putting out is the story of Count Vladislav Vicious von Kampfen. Yes, I can actually say his name. And
I can't. I would fail terribly.
Yeah. And what happens with him is he is the younger brother of this Prince of Moldavia. It's a small principality, kind of like it's bigger than Liechtenstein, but kind of like Liechtenstein.
Right.
And this is back in 1502, early 1500s, when the Ottoman Empire was invading, and they go out to fight and try to stop the Ottomans, which they do. But the prince is killed, and he goes out in a blaze of glory. And so his brother, who is the count, the younger brother, who is this count, while he is laying on the battlefield dying, he asks for one more try. He needs to go save his family. He needs to go because he knows the assassins are heading there. Mm-hmm. And so he makes a deal. And he becomes this vampire for one last fight, one last ride. And he takes off to the kingdom to try to save everybody. The only problem is it doesn't go as planned.
Dang it.
And it leads into 500 years of everything that goes right up to the books of modern day. So this leads into the books. So this is his story. This is the count's story. The brother who was never meant to be king, was never meant to be ruler, is now sacrificing everything that he's got, even his humanity, to save everybody. And if it costs him his death, he's going to die. He already knows that once this is done, he's going to sleep. You know, it's over. Once this is done. That's what's in his mindset. But like I said, it doesn't go 100% the way he's got it planned.
Right.
And things happen.
So that's over on Fund My Comic. The name of the book is The Steins, Stines. If you're watching, get over to Fund My Comic, give it a look. Hey, Carol, good to see you today. And Zaf, my man, you've got something going on over on Fund My Comic as well.
Yeah. So the COU rebanged. It's a last chance campaign. It's still up. I said I'd take that down as soon as I got everything over to print, and it's been taking me a minute to get everything formatted the right way. It's first time doing it, so a lot of hurdles I'm trying to jump through. I have some help on it, so that's helping me now. But while I'm waiting for that, it's still up. So it's over on Fund My Comic, and basically the COU is my superhero everything universe, and there's a little bit of everything for everyone in there. You know, I have some steampunk action. I have your typical superheroes. I have sci-fi, medieval fantasy mixed with tech. A little bit of everything. It's an anthology book and a flip book floppy with my two main characters in the flip book.
Right.
And they're basically, the names are Addix and Aaron. They're basically my Batman and Superman of the universe, the flagships.
Okay. All right.
And it's good, clean comic fun. Really, I try to tell people it's kind of like if you like 90s Image Comics or even Marvel, DC from back in that time period, it's reminiscent of those types of stories.
Right on. Anytime someone says back in the 90s, it really makes me feel old because I still think of the birth of Image in that era as new.
Yeah. Dude, so do I.
If you want to talk about that, I got to tell you what happened with that little shebang. So Image comes out in 90, what was it, 3?
Yeah.
93?
Yeah.
Hold
on one second, guys. We got another guest joining us. And
who could that be?
We actually have an intro for that. I just gotta find it. I'm scrolling. Here we go.
Here I come to save the day. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Oh, yes, and didn't I give you nearly everything that a woman possibly can? Honey, you know I did.
How you hate to be wrong.
I wouldn't know. I'm not familiar with the sensation.
Hello.
Hello, Carol.
Hello. What did I interrupt?
Everything.
Awesome.
Everything. I was right in the middle of brain surgery.
Oh.
I'm
sure somebody was putting together a rocket.
Yeah, there's some rocket science going on. Solving world hunger.
Oh, okay.
But we stopped all that just for you, Carol.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. And you should be glad that you did. Because if you didn't.
Zaf, you were telling
floor
us.
Joists.
Wait, what now?
What?
What? Shut up, Carol.
You shut up. Hi, Dawn.
For those who don't know, Carol is an up-and-coming colorist who has done some fantastic work. She is coloring the pages for Artifice Reanimate. She did the colors for one of my Black Light tapestries. Actually, for both of my Black Light tapestries on the Pariah campaign. And what else? You've done something else here recently.
I did a tapestry for Rex.
Yep. Rex's bog character that I painted that one for him. And then you did a great job getting that thing ready to become a Black Light tapestry.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we interrupted Zaf. He was telling us about his campaign. So you just go on with your bad self, Zaf.
Oh, where was I? I don't even remember.
Back in the 90s?
Back in the 90s, way back in the 90s. No, so pretty much, yeah, that's what I liken these stories to, because that was a big influential time in my life with comics. I was in high school and I was admiring all the creative talent at that time.
Right.
And I think that was it had already started, but I think that was the last generation where comics were fun and it didn't get really political and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Billy.
Billy Power Max, good to see you. Now he's saying hello to Shadowhawk, but I didn't see Shadowhawk come in.
I didn't see Shadowhawk either.
Billy, are you hallucinating again?
It happens.
I told you don't eat the purple mushrooms.
It tastes like burning.
It tastes like
mushroom.
But yeah, no.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, let's see.
So I started these on this Drawstream several weeks ago.
Hail Shadowhawk, good to see you.
And they're the covers to the next book I'm putting out. So this is what they look like. I had them colored.
Oh yeah,
nice.
So these are going to be the covers to Addicts #1. That's the standard cover, and this is going to be an alternate cover.
All right, very cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
Cool.
Very nice. Good color work too. Who did your color? You?
That's that's Dan Kemp.
Dan Kemp.
Don't know who.
Why do I know that name?
He has him and his brother are doing a book. I don't know if it started yet or not. Nocturnal. And it does a lot of posts a lot of coloring of Spawn covers and stuff on social media. I don't know if they saw a printer, if they're his recolors. I'm not 100% sure, but he does some really nice color work. I've had him do a bunch of stuff for me already.
Hey, old Billy. Billy's another Georgia boy. Good to have him jumping in with us.
Georgia.
So, Carol, what are you working on today? Anything you can show us?
I haven't done shit.
Because you were in the dungeon.
We just got the page from Dillard, so I have a page to work on. I just haven't done anything yet. I haven't even laid out flats. Okay. I had a hard week. Okay,
she's on the ball, you guys. Now I'll say this though, all kidding aside, she's never missed a deadline and she does good work. So with that qualifier, I can then make fun of her all I want to.
Yes.
So I'm working on sketch cards right now. I do large sketch cards. So we've got one going out for A Damn Dirty Thing, Jake Bishop, and a starting one for the Golem from Pariah Blood and Mud. These are 5x7s, and I am perfectly willing to. Actually, you know what? I need to confine these to A Damn Dirty Thing since that campaign's launching next, don't I?
Funny that the guy looks like either Matthew Broderick or that guy who played a role as Gopher from the Love Boat.
Q, go to your room. Gopher from the Love Boat.
Can I say something without getting hit?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah, say it anyway.
All right. What did you post yesterday, Doc? The silhouette.
Uh-huh.
All right. Hey, maybe because I was just stoned. When I popped up on my screen, I thought it was Michael Jackson.
Carol.
I'm sorry.
Only you. Let me see. I'll pull that up, and now everybody will just see that. You horrible human being, you.
I am. Yeah.
A panel from the comic book, and Carol's gonna just shit all over it.
I didn't say it was bad. I just said I thought I saw Michael Jackson.
Oh, you mean that silhouette?
Yeah. Michael Jackson doesn't smoke.
No,
Nor does he.
I thought that the smoky bit was his hair.
Jesus Christ, Carol.
The nose is too big.
Yeah, he's got a nose.
Sober. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you what I saw.
That's Mikael Jackson.
That's Schnosh Jackson. Schnosh.
I saw Michael Jackson.
Jesus.
And I didn't want to type anything, so I figured I would just live stream.
Carol, if you had typed that and it went viral, I would kill you. I would kill you dead. In Minecraft.
Right.
It's a joke, YouTube. You always have to appease the
algorithm,
the YouTube overlords who thrive on censorship, and I hate them for it.
That's why we need Roku.
So wait a minute, you're doing a story about Michael Jackson as a detective? Who's Italian?
James, you can just pick one and suck it, baby. If you want a sketch card from myself or from Christian Zaffo here, you can get one on the Madness campaign over on Kickstarter right now. No, Billy, but having been a professional counselor who specialized in addiction, I've seen enough meth heads, and that's pretty much the same thing.
Oh, you want to hear something funny about my boss?
Sure.
You love my boss stories.
Yes, I did.
Once upon a time.
So Alex was on break in the break room, and a guy came in and was inquiring about a job that I had told him to come in for. Like, I hired the guy and didn't actually talk to the manager about it. So they go in the back room to have their interview. The dude comes out with a holding piece of paper. He's like, I got the job. Like, yay, congrats, whatever. Yeah. Alex comes out behind him, and Alex was apparently he was eating cheese puffs, and they were all down the front of his shirt, his black shirt, while he's giving this interview.
What the fuck?
He had food all over him.
What a professional. What a pro.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
I I'm going to share a screen with you. I want you to take a look at this. This is some of the colors.
Ambigonate.
That's some of the colors he just sent me.
Oh, check this out. Nice. Scroll so we can see all of it. Yeah.
Cool.
Looking good. Looking good.
Yeah, that's page 1. So he just sent it to me. So I was like, I really like what he did with the eyes.
Yeah, that looks good.
So, yep. I'll have that up on the campaign pretty soon.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. If I heard you correctly, James went and had an amazing time at a convention and was able to get enough funds to go full color on his book. So that's awesome. Did I relate that correctly?
You did relate that correctly. Yeah.
Words.
Talking American.
I cannot brain today. I has the dumb.
So I need somebody to draw a book and not get paid for it. It won't sell. Like we might sell like 3 copies. But
where's that coming from, Carol?
Why are you writing a book that's only going to sell 3 copies?
I think it would sell a lot more. But it would definitely hurt somebody's feelings, and I would definitely be ousted.
Oh, Carol.
But it would be funny.
Listen there, kitten.
What?
Is she the next rich?
Knowing you as I do, 1,000 different topics for that book just went through my head, and all of them are bad. All of them are bad.
But they're all funny.
Cancel me, senpai. Cancel me. How to kill your career in one easy book.
It would be hilarious.
But it would be
I already
funny.
have so many scenes plotted out. Like one of them involves a space laser from Oprah. Another one involves
space laser from Oprah.
Oh, there goes the lawsuit right there.
Bank robbery happens. I mean, it's like this would be a funny book.
All right, Pops is producing backstage. I got to step away for just a minute. I will be right back.
Why not?
Oh my god!
But yeah, I need somebody to draw a shitpost book and not expect to get a lot of money.
Leaves me out of it.
Q, you're gonna do it.
Me?
Yes.
Why me?
Because I need somebody. And you're not really associated or affiliated with this other human. So I mean, I even have the name for the guy.
The name of the guy.
It's Mr. Slothmore.
Mr. Slothmore. Sounds like a lazy mother. What do I call him, Mr. Lazy Motherfucker? Mr. Slothmore. What kind of a name is that, Mr. Slothmore?
It's a very regal name. What are you talking? The second, Mr. Slothmore, the third.
The third. That's even worse. so he's being lazy for handed down from goof to goof to goof. Mr. Slothmore. What does he do for a living? Is scratching his nuts?
And he's well, I don't want to say he's unemployed. He's living check to check. Let's say that. Paycheck to paycheck. He's a PayPal hobo.
A what?
What?
You never seen a PayPal hobo?
PayPal hobo? What the hell
is that?
Hobo.
What are you talking about?
I can't say anymore. But no, I was in LAX and I was waiting for my connection as I went outside to have a cigarette, and this hobo guy's like, "You got any money?" I'm like,
okay, hobo. I thought you said homo.
Hobo.
No. PayPal hobo, hobo.
PayPal hobo.
I thought you said homo. I was like, what is a PayPal homo?
I asked myself, what the hell?
No, hobo. It's not that kind of story that you're talking about.
Okay, well, moving along.
I was waiting for the explanation for the PayPal homo.
I don't have an explanation for PayPal homo.
That's weird. That's what I thought she said. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
PayPal hobo. I don't know what's even worse, PayPal hobo or hobo Hitler.
Hobo Hitler.
That's a long story.
Anyway, the guy at LAX asked for money. I said, I don't have any cash. He says, well, do you have PayPal? So, PayPal hobos.
So, hobos have come to the 21st century with their technology.
Yes.
Hey, man, can you get me some money? Just back.
Yeah, not PayPal homos. That's rich as the
hobos.
Hobo.
No matter how you correct it now, it just still sounds like PayPal.
I know. It's then I can't use the word hobo. You're all going to think homo. Jesus.
No, it's just the way you said it. When you said
he's
PayPal,
a homosexual.
it sounded like you said, you know.
He's a homosexual, not a homosexual.
A homosexual.
A new species of human.
I'm sitting here watching a program. It had Shaquille O'Neal on it. He was like, "Yeah, when I got traded, he goes, I have the biggest purchase in Walmart history." I was like, "Oh God, I can't wait to hear this one." So he got traded to this new team. He went to LA or something like that.
Who is this?
Or Phoenix. Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
So he gets there. His place has got nothing in it. So it's 3:00 in the morning. He runs to Walmart, buys 4 big screen TVs, computers, everything. Comes out to $75,000.
Jesus.
So he's trying to check out. He gets a call from American Express. Hey, somebody stole your card. They're trying to rack up $75,000 at Walmart. He goes, nope, that's me. And the guy actually asked him on American Express, what the hell are you buying $75,000 at Walmart for? That's pretty bad when the company, when you tell them that you're actually spending it, and they go, what the hell are you buying?
He had a house to furnish.
Exactly.
And IKEA does not open 24 hours.
That's right. They don't deliver.
That's right. You got to go to Walmart to get it.
And they don't deliver to you. Could you imagine they do the Walmart delivers. They have a shopper that'll go in and get your shit.
Oh yeah, give them $75,000 worth of shit.
Could you imagine getting that order? Boss, you better get us an 18-wheeler.
And not Optimus Prime.
No, making sure it's Optimus Prime. He'll actually get it there.
Oh, wait. We've got someone else in the back here.
Oh, shit.
We don't have that one loaded, so we'll have to do this one.
What's up?
What's going on, Max? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
Max was all like, "Oh, PayPal homos, I'm in."
Homosexual? Did someone say homosexual? What you up to today, Max?
Oh, nothing. Was just playing some games with my son. He's supposed to call me back in like an hour.
Okay, all right. And ladies and gents, those you don't know, Max Devill is the co-owner and publisher of Atrocity Press, with titles including, go Max.
Mary Machine Gun, Ninja Bimbos versus Zombies from Deep Space, Human Hunters, and Love and Madness. Soon to be also Lady Blasphemy.
90s bad girl action all around.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Because like all of us, Max refuses to grow the fuck up.
That's right. I'm constantly 16 years old.
No, I was much older in the 90s than that. No.
Oh, I was too.
Yeah, I was 16 in the 80s.
Yep, same.
I will say this about the 80s. They had the best concerts some of the best concerts were back then.
Best music, best movies. I can't say much for hairstyles and fashion.
Dude, I'll tell you this. Aquanet was making a fortune back then.
I'm here to tell you, bro.
Oh, yeah, there were.
The girls'
Aquanet
hair,
white.
the guys' hairs back then was bulletproof.
Yep. Aquanet
It's
white.
very flammable.
Yeah. But, the 80s, the same 80s that brought you Indiana Jones also brought you the mullet. So you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Like that dude
I'm just
here.
going to say that's the only decade where you could get laid with a mullet.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, you know what? I noticed in Australia, the mullet is a very popular hairstyle still.
Oh.
Yep.
I did notice
No
that.
doubt.
Yeah,
And
but the population's going down.
Smirk smacked me upside my head for staring.
But it's a mullet in the wild.
It's a mullet out there.
You don't see those out of captivity anymore.
If you see a guy that has Ray-Bans on with the mullet, the Ray-Bans give the mullet power.
No, the mullets give the Ray-Ban. It's the other way around. The mullet powers everything. But yeah, we had the best movies, the best music. Cars also were bad in the 80s. But in the 80s, we drove cars from the 60s and the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, we knew how to work on them.
Yep.
But you couldn't work on them.
Yeah, you could.
Now you can't.
Oh, you give me my 1972 Volkswagen Beetle. I can still work on that sucker.
Oh,
Well, I bet you could, but like something
work
that's
on a
like
23
made
model.
Yeah,
Oh,
2002.
screw the 23 model, man. I ain't touching that car.
We're going to 2010.
James, I had the a 69 Wolfsburg Beetle was my first car. So
My first car was a 1972 Super Beetle, and in 1987, I got that car for $1,300. It was red with a white interior, and a girl at my school, her dad owned a dealership and got her a Porsche 911. She wrapped that car around a telephone pole. I had $2,000. Myself and my two brothers, we went to the dealership because the car was totaled. We bought the engine, the transmission, and the suspension from him, put it in my Bug, and the first thing that happened was the front end went straight up when we took off. So you know what my dad did?
No.
He puts two cinder blocks in the front. You know where the tire sits in the Bug?
Yeah.
He'd put the tire on top of the gas tank and put the cinder blocks right there. Never had a problem. I took that car everywhere with me when I was in the Army.
My first car was a 78 Buick Riviera, which is a fantastic vehicle because it had two bench seats, and every seat had its own cigarette lighter. It was fantastic.
Yep.
My oldest brother had a 1978 Cougar with the big V8 in it, and it was still slow as hell.
Yeah, the Thunderbird.
I had a 78 Nova.
My dad had the 78 Thunderbird.
Yeah, I had the 76 Nova. It still had the same 350 as the 72 line on up.
Yeah.
Had that big block 350, which was a powerhouse. That was a great
Oh
car.
yeah, it was a fantastic vehicle.
Yeah.
And the thing is, that was the family car. My dad's personal car, the one he liked to play with, was a 1970 Ford Fairlane 500 with a 357 in it. And a 354 in it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You talk about bad car. Holy cow.
Now, Carol, on the other hand,
That
her
car-
first car is the one she's still driving. It's a Yugo.
No. My first car.
You go.
My first car was
Datsun.
86 Buick Skyhawk.
It was a 1982 Datsun. 1982 Datsun.
We also had, I think it was an 86 Grand National.
Yeah, there you go. I had an 87 Nissan 200SX that was an amazing car, but it was the first year. It was the first year they switched from Datsun to Nissan fully.
Yep.
So the badging on my car still had Nissan, but it also had Datsun shit on it.
Oh, I'll tell you.
You get in trouble if the boss shows up?
Oh no, it's the boss here? Hey, wait, I'm the boss. Yeah, I'm the boss.
Here he comes.
Y'all be talking about Novas, and I be showing you Novas.
Now, my brother, you're talking about Nissan. My brother had a 300ZX twin turbo.
I'm talking about Novas. Y'all was talking about 70s, 60s, and 70s muscle cars. There's one right there. There's two right there, actually. Two.
We had an El Camino.
Yeah.
It was white, and on the hood and on the two doors was a blue dolphin.
My dad had a Chevy 2.
We called
I
it
was
the
walking
tuna
down the
boat.
street the other day and parked down the road. There's something called a 370Z, and I was like 240Z, 260Z. Those were the Z cars. I don't know what they're making now. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I've never heard of that.
370Z? What? I think that's what it said on it. I was like, get out of here. 280Z was smooth. They did the Nissan to Datsun changeover with that. I think with that one, the 280Z. Ugly cars. Fast. Look like little bugs.
You give me Datsun, he must die.
You know why the Nova didn't sell in Mexico?
Because it means don't go.
Exactly. Yeah, we had a blue one.
Mine went pretty fast.
Yeah, mine was good. Mine was good to go.
You know those 4-bolt main 350s that were in the pickup trucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, we pulled one of those out and dropped it in that primer Nova that I showed you. That fucking car was so fast, dude. It was pulling about half the weight it was meant to. Oh shit! It was gone. Jeez, Billy, what? Why are we talking about cougars and yoga teachers? What's up with the chat, man? What's going on over there? Everybody else talking about cars.
They brought up a cougar. Someone brought up having like a 70. Someone brought up having a 76 Cougar or something like that. So that transferred into Cougars.
Our boy Dave from the show-offs, he just got back from Australia today. He got some pictures from a comic shop in Sydney he's going to share with us next week. I'm not going to make him come out and do a show. He just got home. So we'll see him next week. We'll do it again, you know. Picking up on Thor where we left off next week, as usual. Go back to where we were. I don't know what I'm going to show today, though.
Bye, Dawn.
I just don't know.
I don't know either.
Because I got to show a replay because I'm not going to make him work today. So
maybe some PayPal.
I'll ask you guys. We'll do either the tribute to John Romita Sr. or the Daredevil episode. Which one?
Romita Sr.
Yeah, let's say John Romita.
Right, that's what it's going to be then.
We'll find that.
Daredevil can wait.
Whatever.
Well, Daredevil just turns into me talking about Elektra anyway.
So here's what I posted on Twitter about that. You know, Kevin Feige finally said, "No, hell no," and he trashed the whole Daredevil show and its showrunners because basically he's saying, "I'm sorry we've sucked through all of this phase. It's time to get back to doing the shit that made us money."
I'm just talking about comics, Doc.
And made the fans happy. I'm talking about the show.
Our show ain't about shows. Our shows are about comics.
I'm talking about y'all. Ooh, no, you did not.
Daredevil show is pretty well received, though.
Yeah, the
Netflix one. Yeah,
the Netflix one, but the She-Hulk show showed you where they were going to try to go.
Oh yeah,
and it was
what happened to the new Daredevil TV show? It got trashed. It got canceled. They're going to redo it. They said the scripts were so bad.
The thing that was good about the Daredevil show was that they actually gave Elektra somewhat of her actual personality. The movie,
not all that was good about that show. What's wrong with you?
Elektra movie ruined fucking comic movies for me forever, dude. They showed me what they were going to do right from the beginning. They were going to play to an audience that isn't a comic audience. They've been doing it the whole time.
Well, I mean, they gotta do that because they gotta attack the largest audience possible. Because I mean,
that's the thing; they're not attracting anybody. Their leadership.
No. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you go back to the original Iron Man movie, it was great. It was comic book accurate, except for the time had to be changed. Obviously, we're not in Vietnam.
Yeah.
The first Captain America movie was true to the origin of Cap, and it was amazing. Great movie.
Yeah.
I'm talking about right now. Right now,
the current stuff is garbage.
They're just totally falling apart.
Oh yeah.
And
sure.
Apparently, there's a new shareholder who has several seats on the board at Disney.
No, that's not what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Here's what's going on. You have a guy named Peltz. This is the guy you're talking about.
Yep.
Peltz is the guy that came in February and basically scared the crap out of Chapek and Iger and all that crap. He got the cutbacks and stuff he wanted. The problem is Iger did not deliver on his promises. Now Peltz has come back. Peltz now owns $2.5 billion of shares in Disney, and he is pissed.
Yep. And that's exactly why
I've got more news for you. So Disney, Comcast is fixing to call on Disney to pay for their 1/3% of Hulu, which is going to be another $15 to $20 billion. They're scheduled to lose another $218 billion this year over their streaming services and their movies and everything because they've totally screwed everything up. In other words, Disney right now is going down the same crapper that MGM did back in the 90s, if you remember that debacle. The only difference is you've got some shareholders like Peltz who said enough is enough, and on December 5th, he's going to go to war.
Yep.
You know, I've been watching this whole thing for the last year. You can go back and see what I posted about it. This thing is going to be the problem with Disney
idea
right now.
of something being too big to fail is such a short-sighted. Go back. Let's go back and let's remember when AOL owned the world.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
Where are they now?
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
The thing what I'm getting out with Disney, and this is the thing is, and this is the main problem with Disney. When you and I have this as a background, it's called business management. Disney right now, Iger is not a CEO that knows business manager. He is a CEO that knows how to make deals.
Hi, Laurie.
And the thing that Iger does not understand is when you run a business, no matter what it is, under business management, your main goal is profitability. That means making money. And right now, Iger lost sight of that. The stock at one point was up over $150 million, $150 a share. Now, the lowest it's been in the last few weeks has been $75 a share. That's half the value of the company gone because of their stupidity.
Yep.
And as somebody who has been trained in business management, I can tell you right now,
agenda.
Yeah.
That appeals to nobody.
Yeah. Like I said, as somebody who's been trained in business management and my day job, I help run the second busiest airport in the world.
Chicago.
No, Chicago's not even top 5.
I just know Atlanta is the first. So
Atlanta's number 1, DFW is number 2.
Who?
DFW. Dallas Fort Worth. I helped run that airport,
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell you, what Iger is doing is a complete and utter debacle.
Well, we all know that.
And what I'm talking about is just as business, through business management stuff. It can be I can fix that company in 6 months. In 6 months' time, I could turn Disney around. The problem is what Disney has in there in the core is so screwed up that they got to do major changes. Now, Peltz, if you know Peltz's track record, he is a no-nonsense business management person. He knows how to get things done. And if he gets in there, because now it's not he wants one person on the board. No, he wants specifically on the board and 2 other seats.
Yep. I heard that too.
And not only that, but his son now owns another part called Vanguard, who also has got $1 billion in Disney, and he wants a seat. So you got 4 people, 4 seats on the board of a board of 10 that could be taken over by Peltz and his associates. And you want to see some major changes take place? Oh, hell, it's going to happen.
Yep. And that's a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've studied Peltz for a long time. As somebody who does business and business management, Peltz is brilliant. But Disney CEO, not so much.
No. I never confused
him. Going down.
I'll tell you the first thing that's probably going to happen. You're going to see ABC get cut. They'll sell ABC off.
That's what I thought too.
ABC will be the first one gone. They're going to have to make deals like they did with what they did with Spectrum, with their Disney network. They're going to have to do some remodeling on their Disney network, streaming service, and everything like that. Once they get, because they got to pay for Hulu, they're going to end up owning Hulu. And what they're probably going to do is they're going to probably merge the Disney network with Hulu to make one company. The other thing they got to get under control is these shows they're producing. $10 million an episode. What the? Serious. She-Hulk was $10 million an episode. Acolyte, $10 million an episode. That has to stop.
Well, it has.
Well, no, it hasn't.
The brakes have been slammed on when they trash a major project that was that far along in development. That's a loud message.
You're talking about Daredevil?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the bigger debacle. Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have not heard the debacle with that movie.
Yeah, they're focusing on, instead of focusing on Reed, now they're focusing on Sue Richards.
Oh, no. You don't understand. It's not even in production yet. You want to know why? They can't get it cast. They cannot get it cast because even who's the guy that played Kylo Ren?
Adam Driver.
Driver was offered the role of Reed Richards. He said, and I'm quoting this, "Hell no, I'm not doing another Kylo Ren bullshit." And he walked off. They have got nobody in that movie cast. No one. They have been trying for months to cast that movie. The script is so bad that they can't even get a director for that movie.
Yeah, and look at the track record for that property, though. I mean,
no. What I'm saying is, with this property right now, the script is so bad that they can't get anybody to take the movie. That's how bad this is.
I just think the Fantastic Four is something they should stop trying to redo. It's
the Fantastic Four would be fine if they had the right script.
It would, but they're not doing it. They're trying too hard to make it. Every time they do it now, they're trying too hard to make it politically correct, to make it woke.
Yeah.
They're using secondary characters. If they had just the first one wasn't great, but the premise was there. And if they had just taken that and said, "Listen, we're chalking up the first one to a loss, but we're going to continue the story and we're just going to do better the second time out," that would have been better than rebooting and revamping.
Which one are we talking about?
The original Fantastic Four for the
one in the 90s.
Yeah,
those two movies were fine.
Right. And they should have just continued. That you know, if there was something about it that the fans didn't like or they didn't like, they could have just said, "Hey, you know, what's done is done, and we're going to do better moving forward, but we're going to continue the storyline." You know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that movie was fine. They had a great, you know, that movie was fine. You know,
They don't understand.
I thought Silver Surfer was great.
People get sick and tired of throwing their money at a reboot every 5 to 10 years.
Yep.
You know, same thing in comics. You in the movie genre, you're getting new people involved and getting them into something they might not have known about beforehand if they didn't follow comics, but you still have a large carryover audience. And I know personally, as a collector as well as a creator, that every time you relaunch something, it loses a little bit more of the mystique
of its
about
soul.
it. Yeah, and it's just and it almost feels like all of Marvel and all of DC nowadays. To me, I don't even bother with them because it just everything they do feels like a cash grab.
Yep. However, if this guy that's driving this reboot keeps it up, and they go back to making good content, I'll go back. You know, as at my age, I waited for an Avengers movie all my life, and they did not disappoint with the first one.
Yeah,
it was great.
Well, the first, I like the first 2 Iron Men. I think they were great.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that were good. Excuse me. But there was a lot of garbage also. You know.
I will say this. I thought the second of the first 3 Spider-Mans, the second one with Doc Ock, was a fantastic movie.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I really did. But the movie I really wanted to see, that I really wanted to really enjoy, was the X-Men movies. And I was like, the first one was okay. The second one wasn't too bad. But when they did the third one, I was like going, come on.
The first class was good. I enjoyed it.
I thought the one they just recently did, the one with Apocalypse, was good. I did like how it was kind of a reboot, but I liked how they did it.
And Days of Future Past?
What was that? No, not Days of Future Past. I'm talking about the one with Apocalypse.
It was the Days of Future Past storyline.
Apocalypse, yeah.
But it was Apocalypse.
No, the Apocalypse one, they did Days of Future Past. That was the one where they were in the 50s where Wolverine went back. I'm talking about the next movie that they did with Sophie Turner as Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would take place in the 80s.
The 80s or 90s or something like that. But that one I thought they did really good on.
Yeah.
That one I liked.
Yep. I don't think I've seen any of those movies.
But yeah, like I was saying before, you know, so you see all the different times they've relaunched Spider-Man now, right?
Yeah, I know.
If they're going to and Batman, and if they're going to relaunch something nowadays, and I see, oh, you know, we're starting a new Batman with this actor playing it, whatever. I don't care what the hype is behind the people in it, or even the person making it. I just do not get excited at all that they're putting one out.
Yeah,
because it's been done over and over and over so many times.
This is my thing. They're fucking actors. They're not the characters. Okay, I don't care who plays it. Doesn't mean shit to me. Just whether or not they do it well. Okay, everybody gets caught up in who's playing what, and we got to reboot it because we're going to put a new guy in that place. No, you don't. No, you don't have to reboot it because you're putting a new guy in that place. If the last guy didn't work, you shouldn't have made the last one. Come on. Tired of all fucking up all the movies, man. Fucking everything up. Really tired of it.
That's the Hollywood mentality, though. They think if they put someone new in,
it's not the fan mentality, so Hollywood's fucked.
Yeah.
True that.
It's looking good, Q.
Thanks, Max.
Welcome back,
Here's
Shadow.
the crumb.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, Pops, he asked me about the tattoo.
This is about art, though. What's the cool art that you've seen lately? What you've seen posted? What's out there that's making you go, yeah? Because every time I see a Romo art, every time I see a post from Ron on Twitter, it's got some badass fucking art on it, dude. Every time, you know.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just yesterday, Kelly Jones, not Johnson. Kelly Jones dropped a picture of Batman that is at night with just like a street light. Batman, and it's snowing in the middle of the night, and he's all blacked in and everything like that. And I was like, "Oh, that is such a badass picture." If you haven't seen it, it's on Twitter. It is. He really. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
It's just, I really don't care who the next Batman's going to be or who the next Punisher is going to be. All I care about is that they don't shit on the story, on the source material, and the actor does it well. But his name, I could care less. Look, Hugh Jackman, right? Oh my God, we'll never have a Wolverine like Wolverine. Dude, what do you mean you'll never have a Wolverine like Hugh Jackman? You mean you'll never have an actor play the part of Wolverine that well? That's fine, but it's like Hugh Jackman is not Wolverine. He's an actor. He does musicals, for Christ's sake. He is not Wolverine. You can't associate the actor to the character in that way, especially when you're trying to sell it. That's the problem. They're like, oh, look, we got this great actor to play this part. It's going to be great. Not necessarily. The script has to be good.
Hey, Doc.
It has to be good.
Hold on, what's it? Pops, share his screen.
I'm big at
Ooh, what?
No, me, James.
James. There you go.
I said share screen, not. No, Doc, yeah, there you go. That's what I saw yesterday.
It's cool.
Oh. Looks neat.
Yeah, that's Mr. Kelly Jones. He's the one that did all the covers back during Nightfall when Bane showed up.
James Bond would have died in the 70s if Hollywood treated that franchise the way they do with current action franchises. This is so true.
So Critical Blast. Stephen B.
Boldcat Studios will be on tonight at 6 because he missed last night at 7. It's just the way it is, folks. Now, I got to jump out of here and set a couple of different shows up because I got work to do. So have fun here.
All right.
Thanks.
So we're gonna just kind of have to hang loose here for a minute. I'm drawing and cannot see the chat. So give me just a minute and I'll resume my quarterbacking duties.
The chat says you're bald.
The chat is observant that way.
The chat says you are old.
They are equally observant.
And crotchety.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that word.
that your email is crotchetyoldman at boomer.com.
That's it, baby. That's it.
No, I'm no boomer. I'm a Gen X.
We're close enough to identify with the boomers.
I'm pretty sure you just boomered like 20 seconds ago.
Shut up, Carol.
What?
Of all the things that should happen in the universe, you're commenting on me should not be one of them.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm not very clumsy and special in my own way.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean the glass house thing.
No. So you want to draw my book?
No.
Come on.
No.
And you know what? She's getting desperate.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Jeez, you got to be desperate to ask Doc.
I have another way
What
of
the fuck does that even
possibly
mean? Who said that? Was that James?
Come on,
James Bond?
Draw the PayPal homo book for me.
PayPal homo.
You better stop.
When's the PayPal homo movie coming up? With Michael Jackson Detective.
Disney's producing it.
Leave PayPal alone, Carol. Jeez. Places I can take Carol. I'll take what is
PayPal
nowhere.
Mickey.
What is nowhere, Alex?
That'll be a good
You can
character.
take me
PayPal
places.
Mickey.
Smirk was able to take me places in public. I was very well behaved.
You had to go to it on the other side of the planet for that to happen, Carol.
I did growl at. I did growl at some lady who wouldn't walk fast enough inside one of the stores.
See, that's it.
BB.
Oh my God, would you walk?
She kept stopping and like tripping over us. I'm like, oh my God, move.
Back in the 80s, speaking of which, in high school, there was a thing where certain girls and certain cliques would walk down the hallways, sliding their feet instead of stepping, whoosh, whoosh, and walking as slow as they could. And if you said, excuse me, or move, they would ignore you. So ask me why I got sent to the principal's office.
What crazy school did you go to, man? That never happened to mine.
Because what happened was I just ran over one of them, knocked her flat on her ass.
Well, that's what I was about to do. So I kind of growled at her, and she looked at me funny, and he pulled me away from her.
No.
Yeah, that never happened.
In case this is your first day in civilization, you're not the only person here.
80s.
What?
The good old decades.
Come on, Doc. It's got Oprah space lasers in the story.
You know, aside from questionable content, Carol.
And a bank robbery.
Aside from questionable content, I'm working on 5 projects right now. I got no time.
Each story's only like 4 pages long. I don't have that much in my brain.
I have a cookie. I'm going to eat my cookie.
Chocolate chip?
It's a fudgy thingy from them 3 little elf guys, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that cookie! I mean, I remember that brand. My God!
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your treehouse down, bitches.
Oh boy,
Max, wake up!
Where's the space bin?
You're barely awake.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Kibler.
So I see the local grocery store restocked their Coca-Cola, and therefore you have restocked.
Correct.
Speak about Coca-Cola. What's your favorite Coca-Cola?
The regular original.
Regular original Coca-Cola.
When I drink Coke, it is that Coke, the original classic, and I prefer it in the can.
Yep.
If you want the original,
No glass bottles.
I like glass bottles.
Yeah,
I like glass bottles. Plastic bottles make things weird.
See, Max and I, we were separated at birth. Look at that. Hey, Carrie.
Oh, no, you're right about the plastic bottles. But if you want the really, really, really good Coca-Cola, you got to go to Japan. And I'll tell you why. Because
why Japan?
They still put real cane sugar in it, not this artificial sweetener.
So does Mexico.
Mexico does too. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm serious. If you want
sugar.
the actual stuff, you got to go either to Mexico or Japan because they got it. And oh my God, keep you away.
If you're in the lower 48 anywhere and you see the small 8-ounce glass bottles, get them. Those are Mexican.
Yeah.
Real sugar.
Mexican.
Yep.
We sell glass bottles
RJ knows.
Cokes in my store.
Well, that's the real deal.
Okay.
The real mama deal, y'all.
I can't find it in the store. Like I've looked for it, I can't find it, but customers keep coming up with it, and I keep scanning them. I can't actually find them when I go to look for them in my store. I don't know where they're getting.
They're on an end cap because I know in my store they're on an end cap at the back of the aisle.
Well, no, these are refrigerated because they're always cold, so they got to be in one of them coolers.
Somewhere.
In one of them coolers.
In one of them coolers, we got a whole.
One of them there coolers.
The tool you're using right now. What is the point of the little cylinder?
So you can roll it.
Oh yeah, it's just it helps it glide across the paper easier.
Okay, all right.
Oh, that looks badass.
I used to have one of them.
It's a badass tool.
It is a badass tool.
This is one of those things those fancy people from the 90s.
I'm from the 90s.
The tool I want like this is one that's very, very hard to find.
What is it?
It's an architectural rendering tool that has two parts to it with adjustable slides between them. So it's two straight edges. And you can set it like if you're doing a brick wall and you want perspective, you can set your perspective on it and just move it anywhere and you'll get what you need.
You mean the two T-squares that work together?
They're not T-squares. It looks like it's wooden. Of course, now I guess it would be plexi. And it's two straight edges. And I think they're 1 foot. And then it has two different slide brackets in between them with adjustable knobs on them.
Right. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, my uncle's got one. He's had it for years. He was an architect. He started architect.
Yeah, if I ever find one, you better believe I'm going to score it because I hate drawing bricks.
I usually, like, if I'm doing a castle or something, and I'm doing like the stone walls and stuff.
Right.
I'll just hand draw them. I won't even fool with the.
Yeah.
I'll mark the little spot and I'll just hand draw them.
So
While you're learning the anatomy, I'm drawing more bricks in the wall.
There's a scene in Hunting Alice that I was helping Anthony with, and I know why he did it to me. It's a fight that takes place in a stairwell.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you son of a bitch. So when I finished it, we had a little conference, and both of us decided, henceforth, every building forever after this will have an elevator.
I hate drawing stairs.
They're the worst.
No doubt.
Require all that perspective work. And...
Yep. And it's always going to be 3-point perspective in every panel. Ugh.
I'll tell you what sucked. I had to draw a freaking throne room. You talk about having to do all the beams and all the tapestries and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lots of cross hatching.
Yeah, exactly, RJ.
Oh, I haven't done the cross hatching on it. I just did the pencils to put the freaking building together. And yes, I did take architecture when I was younger, so I could actually draw buildings.
Now, my friend Charles.
I live in a building.
My friend Charles was in architectural school, and he would do architectural renderings of residential developments. But then when he had to submit it, he would come to me the night before, and he goes, do all the landscaping shit around this. So I would do the trees and the shrubs and the grass. That's the organic stuff. That's easy for me and a nightmare for him. And the man-made stuff was a nightmare for me, you know. So it was a good.
Back in the 80s, we had templates for the trees. We just put it. What size you need? Okay, that size, no problem. We had templates for all that crap. We didn't even have to worry about.
What the hell is this? Shut up, Carol.
Tell me to shut up. I'm hilarious. Yeah, we could draw the book in Terrence and Phillip style.
Hey, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy. I'm not your guy, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy.
So this is one of my paintings. This is the stuff I love to do.
Oh, damn. That's you, Doc?
Yeah.
Show off.
Zoom in a little bit here. Tedious stuff.
Look at me, I'm Doc. I can paint.
Drawing all the leaves on the ground. I didn't realize what I had gotten myself into when I started. So the shortcut that I learned was with my it's called a sable rigger. It is the smallest line you can make with paint.
Really?
I literally just wrote cursive letters everywhere, and then upside down, diagonal, whatever, and then came in with the other color and did the same thing until it just created that pattern. Because otherwise you would lose your damn mind trying to do that.
Da Vinci. Nice.
Yeah, man.
So cool. I wasn't even looking.
Carol, you're so Carol.
What?
Stop being so Carol.
I'm sorry.
There's a young aspiring. You guys don't know the backstory on this. There was a young aspiring artist who was very talented, and he made one little boo boo, and Carol just pointed it out, highlighted it, gave him shit until he literally became an accountant.
Oh, what? He became an accountant.
An accountant.
Just
gave up on art completely.
Who did I do that to?
I'm just kidding, Carol. It's just was building your legend for you. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
He needs a name. Was it Mr. Slothboy?
It was
Carol, were you sitting beside Neil Adams?
Maybe. Possibly, probably,
because Neil Adams would hurt some feelings too.
Oh, dude, I was there. I can guarantee you, I know exactly how. Ooh,
Neil Adams reviewed my portfolio and gave it a thumbs up.
All Neil Adams said about mine was good luck.
He looked at mine. He said, "This is good storytelling. Your composition is good. You just need to do more of it." I'm like, "All right, bro. Thank you."
No, on mine, when I went to New York Comic Con with my cousins.
Oh, RJ, I missed out on that joke. I should have gone there with it. The last guy whose art got criticized with that degree quit art and invaded Poland.
Oh yeah, that a-hole.
Yeah.
Are you saying that I caused something terrible to happen?
Well, I mean, it's not like out of the realm of possibility there, Carol. Come on.
I would never. Why don't you just keep on drawing Michael Jackson book for me?
But what happened on mine with Neil Adams is my cousins took me to the New York Comic Con for the very first time ever. And all I had 3 issues of Alpha Flight by Jim Lee. I didn't have any other books. And my cousins gave me 3 issues of Batman. And they were the first 3 issues that brought in Ra's al Ghul and his daughter, where they captured. So they gave me that. And I had brought all my architecture stuff and general drafting up so my uncle could see it because I had won state that year. I mean, I was classified as best in the state. So they grabbed my portfolio and took it. I didn't take it. They did.
Right.
So I'm in line to get the books autographed. And he is just destroying these guys. You know what I'm saying? Neil Adams is just destroying everybody. So I get up there, he signs the books, and he goes, "You want me to see your portfolio?" And I go, "No." I actually said that. I go, "No." He's like, "What?" My cousins were like, no, show it. So I was like, okay. So I opened it up and I sat in front of him. And it's all my architecture stuff. There is no comic book anything in there. You know what I'm saying? and he's sitting there, and all he just sits there quietly and looks at the pages. Doesn't say a word. And I had like the schematics of an A10 and an F15, complete diagnostics drawn. And he puts it all back and looks at me and he goes, "And you want to draw comic books?"
Yep.
And I actually said, "No, I want to go work for Skunk Works."
Yeah.
And he handed it all back to me and said, "Good luck." That's all he said. That's all he ever said.
Neil Adams gets that rep, but in fairness, now, don't you?
If he sees something good, he'll praise it.
Don't you think though that it's better to get ripped apart savagely by a pro when you're not good enough and get a little bit of direction from them?
Oh yeah.
Than to be lied to.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll tell you the artist that helped me the most out of everybody was Kerry Gamble.
Who?
Kerry, you're kidding me.
We didn't hear you.
Was one of the greatest Superman
Hey,
of
James,
all time. Yeah.
you broke up when you said the name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kerry Gamble.
Okay.
Kerry Gamble is one of the greatest Superman artists of all time.
I think the one that did the most for me, not personally, but just by his work, was Perez, of course. The Korvac saga from the 70s, which was incredible. I bet I redrew pages out of that book a bazillion times to get the hang of laying out a page and doing those intense compositions that he was famous for. God, I miss that guy.
I got to meet George twice.
Met him once. Super nice guy.
Oh
nice.
yeah. Oh yeah.
George Perez. Yeah.
Yeah.
The legend.
And John Byrne was another one. I don't like the way Byrne does faces, but I liked everything else about his artwork.
But remember that portfolio they put out of George Perez's Batman covers? They're all 11 by 17s. They're the ones they're basically the bringing in of Tim Drake as Robin.
Mm-hmm.
You have Nightwing in it. I had a complete set of those.
Oh,
So
nice.
I brought them up for him to sign.
Oh, cool.
I just thought he was going to sign the cover, the folder that holds it because it's got artwork on it. He took all the plates out and signed all of them.
Very cool. Very cool.
Like,
how much do I have to pay you to get one of those?
Good luck. No.
I was never an autograph hound. So like the only convention.
You're kidding me.
The only convention I ever went to back in the 90s when I was working in Indies, my company sent me to it, right? And I had to sit over in the Indy Alley, and I got to sit at the same row of tables with Jeff Smith from Bone and Ben Edlund from The Tick. Super guys, by the way. Super nice guys.
Yeah.
And, they were the two big ones. And there was like 10 more of us that were just nobodies. And they sent me to this thing, and they said, take 50 comic books with you from this issue of this book and blah, 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 and and just sit and do sketches. And for that, they paid my way in and, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I don't think I sold a effing thing the whole day. I was so bored. It's like, so now people say, Doc, you should go to a convention. No, I don't want to go to a convention.
Well, see, your experience was completely different than mine. When it came to conventions, especially after I got back from the Army. And
what's up, old dirty fatty? I felt that when you wrote that. I felt that.
Because I was in the same area as Todd Knock, Danny Mickey, Kelsey Shannon, Brett Booth, Jaime Mendoza. We were all in the same area together.
This last one you went to?
No, this is back in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
This is back when I was first trying to get into business. So I ended up hooking up with Kelsey Shannon. Kelsey Shannon's first work, and is part of mine. He was inking for me. So
Max dead.
So no, I used to hang out with all of them.
Max.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is.
Wanky hands off Snakey.
And I'll tell you, one of the nicest guys.
Wakey, hands off, Sneaky. What the fuck?
That's right.
My bad.
I grab myself while I'm sleeping.
But for me, I would have to say one of the nicest.
Take another drink, Max. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I took a Valium earlier today, and it's kind of knocking me out.
Well, that sounds yummy.
Max, it looks super bright in your place today.
It is bright in here.
Wow.
Got the window, the screen door open, and everything. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I hear you, James. I just was not I didn't have a good experience at the first con I went to, and I don't really have a desire to get. But I think part of that is, and this is an absolutely true story. I've told it before. In fine art, when I had my first solo exhibition, I don't have stage fright or any of that mischief. I just don't like people asking me about prices. I cannot shill for myself. I can shill for other people all day long. So I literally paid a guy to be me. Nobody knew what I looked like. So I paid this guy to go and stand in for me at the showing. And he apparently did a good job. We sold some art, but
I've never had that problem.
I cannot shill for myself.
Now I'll tell you another story. This is probably one of my favorite. So Kelsey and I are working a show together. We had just done our first book, and they put us at a table across from Chaos Comics with Brian Polito, Stephen Hughes, and all them.
Yeah.
So we're brand new. This is our first time as artists at a table at a con ever. We're across from them. And we ended up spending more time with them. They shut the event down, and we ended up staying the whole night with those guys over at a abandoned church, watching the boxing matches in a dry town with everybody getting drunk. And I'm not kidding. You can ask Brian. He still remembers that. He remembers that whole thing. He was like, "Yeah, that was a blast." But yeah, I did that one. I was at one of the infamous Denny's parties with Rob Liefeld and the entire Extreme Studios, which that was fun as hell.
Mm.
And then I spent a con with Michael Turner. May he rest in peace. And he is like the nicest. He was like one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. Just unbelievably nice. Just said he's gone.
Yeah, there's a lot of the good ones are gone, and what a tragedy. We lose more than we gain as time goes by, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree.
We now live in a world, boys and girls, without Eddie Van Halen or Jimmy Buffett. Think about that for a minute.
The horror.
Dude, have you ever looked at all the? Okay, we're going to go back in the 80s music. Have you looked at how many people are gone from that generation of music?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll tell you, the fans. I listened to all the Bon Jovi, Poison, Britney Fox, all those bands, and then I find out that now I know about Quiet Riot. Everybody except for of the original group. Everybody except for what's the name of the bass player is gone. Everybody. Yeah, Rudy's still around, but everybody else is gone. And
Rudy is one of the greatest living bass players.
Oh, he's hilarious too. Get around
ever.
And then you go like with Britney Fox, half the band's gone. Cinderella, one of them is gone.
I was never really into the glam stuff. I mean, I would listen to it if it came on because it was better than pop. But I never really got into that crowd.
I think the biggest death that really rocked everybody was when Cliff died.
Yeah,
when Cliff Burton died, that one kind of hit everybody.
I wasn't a fan.
But it was the way he died. That was the problem.
The one that got me was, of course, the great Randy Rhoads. When Randy went.
Yeah, when Randy died, I wasn't. See, the problem was I wasn't that old when Randy died. My brothers were. My middle brother, was a big fan of his, and he was gutted by it. But I wasn't that old. And that's the same way Cliff went. But Cliff was a bus accident.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like.
Well, I mean, technically, Randy's was a bus/plane accident.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's one of those things that just gets you that.
Yep. But like I've said repeatedly, the healthiest person that ever lived still died. So eventually, we'll all cross that line.
Well, Doc, I'm gonna cross that line a lot sooner if you don't feed me. I got excited. I thought that it was very crispy. It was just a mothball.
We're having pork chops, Carol.
I'm hungry.
Yes, she's always hungry.
I'm so weak.
Yes. You haven't colored anything for me in a while, so I had to cut your rations.
I can barely hold the pencil.
Hey, Carol, I got a question for you. Carol.
Yes.
Do you color traditional or you do online on computer?
Digital.
You do digital. Okay.
Share some of your work, Carol.
Oh, Jesus God, no.
Do it now.
Come on, do it now.
Do it now.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
Let's see some of that Artifice John Dillard stuff.
Oh, I can't.
Yes, you can't.
Shush up. No, I'm retarded. I can't.
You see, you can sum it up in one word.
Where did it go? I had a link.
Okay.
Carol, I swear to Christ.
Doc, you like Popeye's chicken?
Not as much as KFC, but it's all right. The one that used to be around that was almost as good as KFC was Church's Chicken.
Oh, I found the link.
We lost the one we had here. The town I live in is just miles and miles of car dealerships, fast food places, and department stores.
Where are you at?
There's a link.
South Metro Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
What, Carol?
There's a link.
Okay.
Because it's too complicated for my brains to handle right now.
You are such a wuss.
I know.
Wussy, wuss, wuss.
So there's like 5 things on there: 2 Artifice, 1 of mine, and 2 of yours.
Okay.
I have a strange feeling that she's becoming like rich.
In what way, Q?
The mannerism, the annoyance. It has a little bit of rich.
You didn't feel like doing any of the work.
All right, here we go.
Ah.
Is there a way to zoom?
That's a good picture.
It won't let me zoom.
Well, I don't know what you want from me.
It's fighting me. Oh, wait, there it goes.
Yeah,
Bam.
Click the thingy.
Bam. Nice.
You did not really just give me instructions. Very cool, very cool.
I have more. I just haven't added to.
Oh, that's the Elizabeth Payne Blacklight tapestry. Wearing colors that she would never wear in reality. Oh, look.
That's from Pariah, right?
That is indeed from Pariah Blood and Mud. Very good. Very good stuff. Very good effects on what's her name?
Illyria.
Illyria.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a hologram.
Pops wrote, was that Darth laid her?
But her colors are pink, so that's why her hologram comes up pink.
Right.
Darth
Good stuff, Carol.
her.
Carol is an up-and-coming colorist. Need food, so she will work for donuts.
Krispy Kreme or Dunkin'?
Dunkin'.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Krispy Kreme's terrible. But I have a cute Asian lady that lives. That store is right down the street. She makes some wonderful hot donuts in the morning.
I use the trick I learned way back in the 90s. You'll get the canned biscuits, poke a hole in the middle of them, deep fry them, and then glaze them, and they're hot, fresh donuts.
Yummy.
No, I'll do the fresh biscuits with, and then have honey and yeah.
Yeah, of course. So, good buttermilk biscuits, yummy.
Oh yeah.
So listen, back in the 90s is good. Way back in the 90s, not so good.
Right, exactly.
I mean, way back in the 90s.
Way back in the 90s. To me, when I hear
way back's going to be in the 70s.
Yeah, when I hear people talking about the old times in the 90s, God, man, that hurts.
I know.
The 90s were yesterday.
I'll tell you what hurts is Star Wars is coming closer and closer to being 50 years ago.
Right. And think about this. Really, this one will rattle your brain.
Yeah.
There are people on active duty in the military right now with wives and kids who weren't even born on 9/11.
Yeah, I know.
That'll bake your brain. That'll bake your brain.
My what?
Eh? What?
Hi.
I'll put it like this.
Harold.
I bought my house in 2001. I got 2 years and it's paid off.
Mm-hmm. Well, mine was going to be paid off, and then I put Carol in the basement. She started eating the wood. So I got to do thousands of dollars in repairs because I didn't have termites. I had a Carol.
Call the Orcum.
Structural damage. Unsafe to live there, but he won't let me leave.
What's up, Timothy Olsen? Good to see you, buddy.
What's up, Timothy?
Hi, Tim.
Timothy has a campaign. Melvin 3, I think.
Timmy, you want to draw my book?
Oh, God. Carol.
Yeah, she's getting desperate.
You're an ass.
I think you should get Vic to do your book.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Tadpole?
No, the other Vic. Vic
King.
I could.
You should get Vic King to do your book.
Carol, it's part B for God.
If you can get him to send you the files.
What happened to Tadpole? Did his postal worker get him?
I was wondering the same thing. I haven't seen Tadpole in a minute. Tadpole, where are you? Are you okay? If you need help, knock on the floor twice. Carol will come to your rescue. Just check in with Zaf here and see how things are going. Oh, yeah, moving right along. Okay, that'll be enough of the sound effects.
Who's making that sound effects?
It's got to be Carol.
I'm just doing the popping.
Carol, I swear to God.
Oh, you want to hear a good one, dog?
No, I don't. At this point, no.
Okay.
Yes, sure I do.
Okay, so you know the Dollars trilogy, right? Movies?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that Sand Hill, the cemetery, in the Good and the Bad and the Ugly, is still there?
Still there.
I can believe that. Have you seen the what do they call it, the Hollywood archaeologists, where they go look at the old shooting sites for stuff?
Oh, the one for
found the Tunisian stuff for Star Wars, and
yeah,
the New Zealand stuff for the Lord of the Rings.
Well, the New Zealand stuff's easy because they maintained it where you can go visit it. The ones in Tunisia, they had to go unbury it because it was buried by
it was in
England.
the desert. Yeah, they found the tattooing sets, a lot of them.
Yeah, but the ones that got me is the Sergio Leone's sets for all of his westerns. They're all there in Spain, all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I'm sure you guys know, but just to bring it back to your awareness, a lot, and I mean a fuck ton of movies have been done here in South Atlanta.
Yep.
All the Marvel stuff, the Hunger Games, blah blah. I mean, ad nauseum. There's tons of them.
Zombies.
So they shot. The Walking Dead is filmed here. As a matter of fact, not this last season, but the previous season of Walking Dead, several scenes were shot in the parking lot behind my studio.
Yeah, they almost arrested me.
So
I tried to sneak onto their set 3 times.
You were here in my area?
I was in Sonoya.
Oh my God. Sonoa.
Whatever.
Sonoa. I know how it's spelled, but it's
Sonoa.
Yeah, you gotta put an R in it if you're really sorry.
Sonora. I was there.
It's like Sprewell Bluff, right below there. It's pronounced Sprull.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, get out of here with that. Anyway, one of the scenes from Hunger Games Mockingbird or whatever it was called was shot at one of the old textile mills. And I mean, as soon as they wrapped, they came in there with bulldozers. They bulldozed it. They dynamited down the smokestacks. It was, the destruction was a beautiful thing to watch. But they're never going to find a trace of that movie. But then they just stopped. And there is a basement section of that old mill that they just kind of covered over it. So I thought, man, that'll be cool, man. Go in there and just move some of that debris and go down.
That's where Doc has me right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, sir.
What two world records did Once Upon a Time in the West set?
I have no idea.
One is the longest carriage ride ever filmed. It started in Spain and ended up in Monument Valley in Utah. Seriously, if you go watch it, when they leave the train part in the carriage with her and the guy going out to McBain's farm, they film it leaving the build area in Spain and then going a little ways out of town, and then they filmed the rest of it in Monument Valley.
Yep. Now, in Driving Miss Daisy, there's one particular scene where they're driving out of town for her road trip, and the street that they're on is here, and it's Hill Street. That was North Hill Street. And you'll see a storefront that says music store. Well, it wasn't a music store. It was a used bookstore. And the third floor of that, I had the whole third floor where my band used to rehearse. And we got in a world of shit because we were outside, smoking cigarettes and drinking beer and hanging out, and they were trying to shoot. And they kept coming over and telling us we had to go in and get off the street. And I got rather perturbed. I didn't realize what was going on, and I was a little bit baked. And finally, a cop came over, and he goes, "Look, man, either go upstairs and do your thing, or you're going to have to leave. They're shooting a movie." And then I said, "A movie? Who's in it?" And one of the cops goes, "Morgan Freeman's in it." I was like, "Really? I want his autograph." So I went from being petulant, street protester to fanboy.
In a split second.
0 to 60 in 0.5 seconds.
Okay.
And they shot one of the more recent ones that they shot was that god awful Watchmen series on HBO.
Oh, dude, that thing's so bad.
It was terrible, but the Vietnam scenes were here, and there's a little thing, and I forget what do you call the thing where you put up a marquee? There's a marquee in the center lane that we use here for events, summer in the park and whatever. They replaced the city seal with the City of Vietnam seal. And I have pictures of that because I was completely freaked out by it. And my coffee shop that I frequent, they built a false front on it to make it something else. But there was one shitty business here that was so 1970s, they just left it alone. They left it in the show.
I'll tell you the funny things is, have you ever seen the so-called lot of Universal back in the 50s and 60s, where they had all the sets put together?
Mm-hmm.
Like they had it. This is on the same lot. You had Andy Griffith over on one side filming.
Yep.
And on the other side, you had Hogan's Heroes.
Yep. And around the corner from that, you had Camp Henderson from Gomer Pyle.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. You could go to Mayberry.
You're from Mayberry.
I wish I lived in Mayberry. Who wouldn't want to live in Mayberry?
But that's like, what's that? What's the one that was in Murder, She Wrote? What city was that?
Oh, hell, I don't know.
I would not want to be in that city for nothing. Everybody keeps getting killed.
I wouldn't go anywhere near Angela Lansbury. I think she was actually a serial killer.
I agree.
And she just framed all those other people.
Maybe.
Think about it. It's just like with there's the English one long running series. What is it? Oh fuck, I love that show. What is the name? Let me look it up.
And now for something completely different.
Still hungry.
Get Domino's.
The Midsummer Murders. Midsummer Murders started in the 80s and ran all the way through the 21st century.
Jesus.
It's a midsummer county in England. And I mean, enough people died there for it to be, rival the Holocaust. It's like, what the hell is going on there? Don't go live there.
Dang.
Hello, Whitefire. What's up, Doran? Good to see you. Doran, if you want the link, just holler at me. I'll send it. We're not going to be going much longer.
Whatever.
I'm going to go around and take a look at what everybody's doing here. Oh,
I'm not doing nothing. Mind your business.
You did something.
I did nothing.
Double negative in grammar.
I don't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing.
See, still behaving like Rich.
Where is he, Rich? Where is he?
He's having technical issues with his computer. Actually, with his internet.
Uh-huh.
Well, he is in England, but they censor everything.
Yeah, there's really no censoring Rich. It just comes flying out of his mouth.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, she's guilty. Don't let her fool you.
I'm not
guilty.
guilty.
Boys and girls, we're going to wrap this bad boy up here.
Goodbye.
If you're backstage, here in a moment, we'll let you play us out here. James, tell people who you are, where they can find you.
My name is James D. Lee. I am the author, creator of the Steins Universe, and I can be found on Minds. I can be found on Truth. I can be found on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. I'm all over the place. So,
all right, right on. Zaf, tell people who you are and where they can find you.
My name is Chris Zaffo. You can find me on. I still have my campaign up on Fund My Comic, it's the COU Rebang, and you can always find me here on the Madness.
All right, and it wouldn't be a Madness show if we didn't do this. Q, tell people who you are, where they can find you.
They call me Q Continuum, and you could always find me here at the Madness Comic Book Network on YouTube and Roku.
Carol, tell people who they are, who you are.
Who they are? They are. I don't know who they are.
And why should anybody care?
I hated you. You can find me on the Twitters, Carol's Cookies 54. You can back Artifice Reanimate on Indiegogo. It's in demand. We're very close to being done drawing all the pages and stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah.
And I have been I've been your special guest host today, Doc Blalock. I'm the writer and artist behind Pariah, Blood and Mud, and soon to launch A Damn Dirty Thing. So with that, you can find me, by the way. I'm the only Doc Blalock on YouTube, and Doc Blalock 8404 over on the Twitter X or whatever it's called. Follow me if you want to or don't. I never understood why I want people to follow me on Twitter, but yeah. And on that note, Pops, can you play us out of here?
I could find a way to better advertise Apothic Press.
Just back it already.
Whoa, Crom, what are you doing here? What's this? The Madness Roku Network. Sponsorship. 1 month of playing your 30-second ad on the network 3 times a day? Oh my gosh, for $20? And you can't beat that.
Just back it already.
All right, Crom, I'm doing it. Awesome. Hi, I'm Tanner Hurley, founder of Apothic Press. I back the Madness Roku Network, and so should you.
What is Path of the Pale Rider anyway? Is it a comic book? No, that's not it. Is it this? What the heck is Path of the Pale Rider, man? There's no way this is right. How about this? I have no idea.
We're gonna rob a bank.
Oh, it's this.
The Civil War was America's bloodiest conflict. Over 500,000 died to preserve national unity. When the war ended, Confederates like Harley Brogdon headed west, shooting game for the Army and gambling. When a card game turns deadly, Harley shoots in self-defense, killing the card sharp who threw down first. Wilfred Knorr, the card sharp's wealthy father, will stop at nothing to see Harley hang. Harley flees to Cobb's Gap, an old silver mining town at the foot of the Rockies. A remarkably peaceful town, especially after dark. But the sheriff harbors a dark secret, and no one dares go into the mines anymore. Cobb's Gap is full of secrets. People speak in hushed tones of something in the mine. Something worse than their cursed sheriff. Something even the Indians fear from the deepest pits of hell. Every secret will be exposed. Bronze Star. Order your copy at bronzestarcomic.com.
I told that moron not to take out my Tchaikovsky tape. No matter, let's get started. Here we are, Nancy Moon. The last time we left our heroine, she had just joined my esteemed colleagues at level M. And the soldier who cannot stop talking, a magician with a money issues, and a vampire with a checkered past. With her other teammates she's yet to meet. One in particular might be a little bit shocking for her. I do hope she's not allergic. Back it today, won't you? Like right now.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.